Welcome to Cooking with Papa Talk in Papa Talk's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing up some beef stroganoff. And what you're going to need for this, well, if you don't like mushrooms, don't use them, but we like mushrooms. So we've got 3 packs of mushrooms. I'm going to be feeding 5. And we got some leftover beef that we're going to use up. We didn't go out and buy beef special. This is leftover from a beef dinner that we had the other night. And I'm just going to use the leftovers. And this is actually in my cookbook. And you can view that at papabooks.net. And you can probably, I think this is already on. If not, I'll check and I will put it up on the Food of the Page month. And you can copy and paste this, okay, all you new cooks out there. But I got my favorite little gizmo here, the Presto. And I'm going to be cooking this up in the Presto, other than the pot that I'm going to put 3/4 full of water, okay? And I'll boil up my noodles in that, okay? Let me get the water going over here real quick. And then I'll get that onto the stove and get that cooking. And while that's going, I'll take the top off the Presto. We're going to be using a stick of butter, the mushrooms, a little bit of green olive oil. This is for later, you know, when towards it's done. And I'll show you that when we get there. But right now, we get the binoculars on so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. I'm going to take this whole stick of butter and I am going to put it into my Presto. Presto! Throw that over there for the wipe to back up. I got 3/4 full of water. So I'll take this off. And to get this onto the stove and get it cooking, we'll get that water boiling before we put our noodles into it. So let's get that up and cooking. We'll put the top right on that. There we go. Put the top on that. So I took my burner on about 350. I'm going to start warming that butter up, okay? And the first thing that I'm going to put in there will be my mushrooms. So let me open them up. Just like this. This is actually a very, very quick meal to prepare for all you working family mom and dads out there. You come on home, you get this thing thrown in, you're using leftovers, which is awesome in this economy. So, you know, you got to keep the budget cost down. And you've already bought that roast that you had the other night. So, I mean, you're picking up a package of egg noodles, which are very inexpensive. And if you like the mushrooms, they're very inexpensive. And a stick of butter. Hello. And I mean, it's totally awesome. I mean, it's very low-key dinner, and it fills up the family. The kids absolutely love it in my house. So we got that butter cooking up in here. Let me get that across my Presto bottom. Butter up the bottom here a little bit. Boy, I love this Presto. This thing heats up really quick. Just like that. Oh, get binoculars on here so I see what I'm doing. Just like that. We got to get that butter melted before we do anything. Now that butter is melting up really, really nice. Look at that. I'll show you that after. Now check the water over here real quick. That's starting to heat up real nice. Now when that comes to a boil, a hard boil, that's when I'll throw my noodles in there. And then we'll cook them noodles to perfection to the chew check. Yeah! Do the old chew check and Papa Talks. Oh, listen to that butter sizzle up. That's nice. Now I want to take a moment here, and I want to thank my sponsor out there, AIM Heating and Cooling. They're doing a wonderful job cleaning furnaces on Martha's Vineyard, and they're a new company. They're doing awesome out there, and they're sponsoring this show. So thank you. I just want to say thank you to them. And I would also like to thank the TV station, Martha's Vineyard TV station, MVTV. They are awesome to work with. They help all of us out here do these shows. Can't beat it. And if you're new out there and you want to get into doing some of your shows, go on down to MVT and talk to them. They've got classes. They'll set you up. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, you can't beat it. Look at that. Now that butter's melted up nice, so I'm going to throw my mushrooms in there. Just like that. There's 1. And there's 2. Okay? I'm going to save the other one. 2 of them is enough. I'm going to throw that top right on there real quick. And now my butter's all melted, so I'm going to turn my heat down real quick now to about 200 while I cut my meat up. Okay? So let's get that meat cut up. You take that roast. Now I want to cut this into small chunks. Okay? So I'm going to slice this off. Oh my God. Love these knives. My son got me these knives for Christmas. Santa brought me some knives too there, so how can you beat it? Look at that. Now that's just ducky right there. So let's get that cut up into chunks. I'm going to cut these into chunks about 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch cubes, okay? And that will actually be perfect bite sizes for the family. Now, that's up to you. If you want bigger chunks, make bigger chunks. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? That's up to you while you're cutting and what you want to do with them. We're going to get them all mixed in here like that. Oh my God, does that ever look good? That was a nice roast. Now this roast, I got down to Reliable Market in Oak Bluffs. Bob, I ordered this up from Bob, and he did me justice. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of meat right here. Look at that, nice. And cut them the other way. Get them all squared up there. Only takes a minute to chop them up. Be careful your fingers. Look at that. I'm sizzling up good over here too. I hear that butter sizzling in that Presto. My God, I love that Presto. There. Now that's about right. So what you're going to end up with here, going into this, I got about 2 cups of leftover meat going into this. So let me get my top off the Presto. These mushrooms are sizzling up nice in that butter. And all we want to do here is brown these up real, real nice. Now these big old mushrooms are going to cook right down. So look at that. Alright, now we got that. We're going to put our meat in here. Get that stirred in. Just like that. Let that baby cook right in there. Look at that. Nice, nice, nice. Put the top back on there, and I'm going to go right over here and wash my hands. I'm going to take and put a little bit of garlic in there. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Got to keep clean hands. I got meat all over them, so let me get them washed off. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put some spice in that. And then I'll take that top off. I'll show you what they look like. I find my spices. A little bit of garlic. I'm going to throw a little bit of garlic in here. Let me pop that top off. And I'm just going to sprinkle the garlic on top. Just very, very little. Not a lot, just a little. Put that over here like this. Now, at this point, oh, smell that garlic cooking in there, that butter. I'm going to take just a little bit of my green olive oil and put in here. We're talking maybe 2 tablespoons, okay? Those are purple tuck tablespoons. Now, let me lift this up and show you what it looks like here. And the camera, see if you can't get a close-up. This is what she's looking like. Doesn't that look good? Oh, my God, does that ever smell good? So I'm going to turn my heat back up now to 300. I'm going to mix that up a little bit there. Get that garlic and spice mixed into that just a little bit. And what we're after now is we're browning this whole thing up. Oh my God, does that smell good. Put that right back on there like that and let her go. We're just going to let that brown up. Let me go over and check the water. The water is just starting to boil, okay? Now, while you're at the website copying and pasting this meal down, check out Papa Duck's cookbook. And this meal is actually in this cookbook too. And I got to get down to Cronix here on Martha's Vineyard and check because somebody told me they were out of cookbooks, so I got to get some more in the store down there for everybody. But this is absolutely delicious, and oh my God, if you could only smell this, it smells awesome.